So I've got this secret hunting spot on public land that has a lot of bucks, a lot of good bucks, and a lot of potential for this fall. Not a lot of hunting pressure, nothing recent, and it's too good. It's too good to keep to myself, so I'm gonna share this spot. I'm not gonna share it with you. I'm gonna share it with my brother. He's gonna come down from Vermont. I'm gonna share it with my buddy Johnny from Massachusetts. He's gonna come over and we're gonna hunt this spot together. So there's two main objectives for Johnny and Nelson to come down and scout the area pre-season. One is for them to get the lay of the land and kind of understand what the terrain's like, what the feeding's like, what the bedding area's like, what the travel's like. These are all things that I've already unlocked a bit, but I want them to understand it as well before we go in the dark, you know, before they've even seen anything. The other objective is to find a few spots for me to come back and hang a stand for them to hunt out of. I'm gonna be saddle hunting. I've already got some preset loops for using the DRT rope method. That's a whole nother video. But because they're not saddle hunting, we need some fixed stands for them to hunt out of.
So what are we doing today, boys?
Going to climb a mountain.
Yeah. What are we doing on Zed Mountain?
But today we're gonna show these guys an area that I'm really excited to hunt this fall. So
You're excited?
I'm excited. Hopefully after today, these guys will be excited.
Yeah.
Because there's some good sign. We're gonna get boots on the ground, and they're gonna come back in a month or two, and we're gonna put down some big bucks.
I can't wait, man. How you folks doing today? About ready to get my butt kicked by these two elder boys.
You going up that?
I'm going up that right there. Right there.
So this is a pretty big area, and I only had a day to show them as much as possible. So I planned out a route that would hit some highlights of things that I think that they should see. And the first spot that we stopped at was a location that I'm really, really excited about. I made a mock scrape there with a licking branch. It's something totally new to me, something I've just started doing this year, and I'm blown away with the results so far. On my trail cam, I have tons and tons of deer hitting this one branch. I've got at least 9 different bucks, and one in particular that I'm really excited about. Hopefully he comes by in the fall. But once they saw that spot in person, I think they got really excited to come back and hunt that in the fall. All right, let's check the trail camera. This is the one I've gotten a ton of. I've got 9 bucks on this right here hitting that. Oh, I gotta show you the doe I got too. She's white all the way up.
Oh, nice. Got the socks on?
Uh-huh.
Are they as high as Nelson's socks?
No, not that high.
Those are some beauties. I mean, and the camera speaks for itself, what you're getting on the camera, man. So I like it.
I like the activity, and I like the fact that it's just open. I mean, all these leaves are gonna drop too, so it's even gonna be more open. So you'll be able to see. I mean, you're gonna lose you better well camouflage, but you'll be able to see the deer coming from like a mile away.
I do like that area. I like how it plateaus there. You got the sign there. You have evidence of good things there. And what drew me to that when I was there was looking at it from ground level. Was like you can see before it plateaus, like this, you're in this bowl, and you can see the deer coming. If they're coming down off this oak ridge like you said they would, or even if they come to the side, you can see them coming from a mile, you know, not a mile, but you can see them coming from a while away, you know. Then you start playing the scenarios. You prep, you get ready, you're knocked, you know. Hopefully they'll come into licking branch, you know, broadside, and there's shooting lanes all around you. You don't have to prune. I mean, you got to be stealth and quiet because you don't have a lot of camouflage, natural camouflage, but you have mainly, you know, open shooting lanes and like a 360 degrees if you can get that shot off. Oh, is that? We're not hunting lions. Pay no attention to that.
The shed right there. Dude.
No. Bullshit.
Holy! This has got it. That looks like the match to your other one, bro.
It might be, because I found that one not too far up that way.
Dude, that is a beauty, bro.
That was right there.
What's that, like number 55? That
20.
20. Hey, go rub that tree right over there with that thing, would you?
There's one. Oh yeah, it's definitely him.
Dude, he's
It matches.
the socks too. That brow tine, how it kicks off the ways over like that. That's crazy.
Got room in our packs for that thing?
Of course you're looking for new rubs, but here's a good sign of an old rub here. And then if you look up here, there's another old rub right over there. And then there's a new rub right up over maybe about 20 yards from here. So it's basically telling you year after year they're coming down and hitting this spot and marking territories and saying, I'm the big buck in this area. And if you scroll up a little bit, there's the old timer stand right there up in the tree. And that's a huge sign of, like, this guy knew what he was doing. He knew where to put his stuff because when he was trying to, probably feed his family. So not coming out here and hunting like for sport like a lot of people do. So.
We've been hunting for a long time, and we know scent is a big part of the game. Normally my hunting patterns are quick entry, easy in, easy out. I've always been shied away from long travels because I feel like I'm going and just spreading my scent throughout the woods. Yeah, so this is where it's much different from what I'm used to hunting. Because it's an easy travel through, woods that aren't, completely covered in undergrowth. You're not really laying a scent down on limbs and trees and this and that. So, and what we've also found out today is that these deer aren't far from those areas. They're just like, almost seem like they're 100, 200 yards scoping out, making sure that, okay, I see them going by. As long as they keep going, I'm good. I hear four limbs snapping them out, you know what I mean? So,
Holy shit. I smell them. We came about 100 yards north of where we first looked at Andrew's setup with his mock scrape and his stand for his saddle hunting. And we started 100 yards up the Oak Ridge, and there was some fresh scrapes on the ground. And then just off to our right, over here, looking towards what I would call a boulder field, there was a deer that jumped up out of its bed and took off to the right. So it's pretty exciting. I mean, we're looking at not only seeing all the deer sign, but then turning the corner and actually seeing the deer.
what we found in the woods today especially was those patches of thick underbrush, which we did find, like, they were using funnels to transition from big woods to big woods, and from a high advantage point to a lower feeding ground, using certain, pinch points and stuff. So, and I've never mounted hunting, so, climbing that hill was crazy. What did we do? eight and a half miles today, and that was an adventure in itself. I mean, next thing you know, like, hey, is it noon? You're like, no, it's 3. You're like, what? It was just. We were having so much fun out there and just enjoying that, and that's just a huge part of hunting as well, just getting off the couch and getting into the woods, so.
And it's funny too how we were saying we haven't seen much, like scat sign of these deer and stuff. I'm stepping in some.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Finally, we found some.
Would you look at that?
Hey, look at that.
Let's see.
They get up.
So this was a young doe. Oh, you know what? She turned around.
Wait a second.
She came back up, shit here again, and went back up to her bedding ground.
We tried some deer scat, some deer poop, and I think we established that the deer was a young doe. And then Andrew says he hadn't seen many bears in the area, or like maybe one, doesn't really have any on trail camera. But we found a good bear scat today, and we examined it, and it was bear.
Look at that ant. That ant's like, yummy.
Hey, look at this. What is this? You have bears in the area, you said?
Yeah, but not many.
I've been finding deer shit and acorns. Look at this. That looks like bear shit right there.
How do you know?
It looks like acorns. It's definitely not deer shit.
Taste it. Oh, guys.
You want to do this?
No.
It's definitely bear. Dude, try this bear. It's a big bear. It's like a 180-pound bear.
Let me know what piece of that.
Oh, there's acorns in that, apples. You got blueberries? I think the bear's eating some berries. I'm not a big fan of bear meat. I don't mind the shit.
No, the shit's delicious.
I mean, they're just eating nuts and berries and an occasional roadkill. I'm gonna buy more.
The bear scat was pretty good, I'm gonna be honest.
So there's definitely not a lack of food in here. So.
Almost too much.
Makes it tough.
Yeah.
When a deer's bedded down and all it has to do is roll over and go and lick a freaking acorn off the ground because he's laying in a pile of them, it sure makes it tough to get these deer moving. So
Yeah.
you kind of need a rut or something to get them off the ground. And usually the ladies do that.
One other thing that I'm not used to that you have here is just a major food supply of acorns and beech nuts, where in Mass it's not a hardwood, it's a softwood. There's a lot of pine in this. And because there's a lot of undergrowth, they're feeding on blueberry bushes and briar patches and stuff like that. So they have a major food source all the time, but in a different way down in Mass versus here where it's, hey, listen, there's your white oaks, here's where the food is, So I don't know if that's gonna be easier for you to hunt that type style because food supplies, but then I walked the woods with you today and your food supplies everywhere. I mean, it's like everywhere we walked, there was marbles. So it might be hard in a sense because that deer can basically roll over and suck an acorn off the ground from where he's bedding. It's like, okay, well, does he really even have to get up and move? I think your hunts here for a lot of movement's going to be during your rut when they're chasing these does and they're trying to, mark their territories through scrapes and rubs and stuff like that.
But this is just like 100-year-old oaks, like stacked on top of oak on oak and oak. It seems like the oak ridge just goes on forever, hundreds and hundreds of yards. And then in between that is just like deer runs and deer beds. So it's just like, just try to find the great spot, between the deer beds and the feed,
Up in a trail running that way, it tees up right there. I think about putting something up on the, that one on the edge of that triple maple. Yeah, because I mean, it's always golden if you're hunting, next to a water source for the deer and a food source. So I mean, if you combine the two plus a bedding area, you got a triple threat right there. Yeah, he's got a mock scrape set up right here. And then old rub down there, it looks like.
I like to hunt those type areas because I know that deer will run those changes. They want a quick escape route. If trouble comes, they foam through this thicket and they disappear and they're gone. And so we picked a triple tree because we plan on doing some filming while we're in the trees and stuff. And my boy Nelson picked out a Pissa tree, the triple threat tree. That has a 3 and a natural swing. That was a big part of that tree. That was awesome. And it's got the celebration swing when you lay down that big buck. Let me tell you, folks, it's gonna be awesome.
It's awesome. Fucking nature's playground, man. Dude, seriously. Nature's playground.
After you shoot your big buck, you're like, whippy!
My tree stand comes with a playground. Nature's playground.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you get to go, I got a buck, I got a buck. Whee! Look at me.
I mean, that's a selling point right there. We acted like a bunch of 5-year-olds out there, but we had fun, and that's what it's all about, having fun. Right. Learning the knowledge of a new area, and have fun while you're doing it.
Did you have fun today?
Had a blast, bro. All those small things that we're doing in preparation is why we produce, you know what I mean? And to come up here and help you scout today is all those, that to me is more, almost as fun as actually the hunt because, these animals are intelligent to they're probably the smartest animal in the woods. And you're trying to go into their home and fake them out in their home, and
Good season.
It is. It's gonna be great. I can't, you know, and thank you for having me, man. I appreciate that. So.
And if you swipe up now, we're giving away a 4-day trip, hunting exclude. No 4-day trip. Okay. We just won't give away. We'll say the winner already won.
I couldn't be more excited to hunt this area, especially with my buddies. And we're gonna be filming the whole thing. So subscribe to Higher Elevations. And you're gonna wanna watch these hunts because I can guarantee it's gonna be good. So like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. And we'll see you on the next one.